Bruchim haboim. Welcome everyone. We're about to begin Be'ezras Hashem together on Daf Ayin Gimel Amud Beis at the very top. The new Gemara. Our Gemara begins with asking the question that we've seen more than once: Minyana Lamali. Why does our Tana say that there are 39 malachos? After all, he lists each and every Av malacha, whereby if we count them, we'll know that there are 39 malachos. Rabbi Yochanan she'im oson kulon behelem echod chayiv al kol achas ve'achas. Rabbi Yochanan teaches us that if a person were to then be over every single malacha behelem echod with one forgetful period, he will ultimately chayiv a total of 39 korbanos, a korban chatas for each and every malacha that he transgresses. The Gemara now brings the beginning of the list of our Mishnah that lists the malachos hazareya v'hachoresh. Ask the Gemara, it lists one who sows and one who plows. Michti, michrav karve bereisha. Isn't it so that indeed we plow first and then we sow? Why does our Tana first teach that we sow and then the order is he plows? Lisni choresh v'hoda lisni zareya. Let the Tana teach plowing and then teach planting, sowing. Answers the Gemara, Tana be'eretz Yisrael koi. The Tana was in Eretz Yisrael, where there in Eretz Yisrael the land is hard. And therefore, in addition to the plowing before the sowing, there was an additional plowing after the sowing, whereby they covered up the seeds. And therefore, it says the Gemara, Dezari bereish v'hodar karave Tana. That means to say that they first sowed and then again they plowed. And therefore, our Tana chose to teach us that Tosefes Chiddush, in addition to the classical plowing which is done before the sowing, he's telling us that a person will be chayiv a korban chatos for plowing even after sowing to cover up the seeds. The Gemara now brings the following Braisa Tana in regards to Hazoreya. Hazoreya, one who seeds, who sows. V'hazoimer, one who prunes, taking off the superfluous branches. V'hanoteya, one who plants, usually a tree. V'hamavrich, and somebody who takes the vines that are in the ground, that are in the grapevine, and he then puts them into the ground to then take root, ultimately growing and then cutting off the connection to the original grapevine. V'hamarkiv, grafting, is a reference to the same idea, but this time is taking soft branches of a tree and putting into the ground, taking root, allowing it to grow, and then cutting it off from its original source so that it can grow separately. Kulon, says the Tana, malacha achas hein. All of these are one malacha. Rashi learns that these are all avos malachos, the same av malacha, with the exception hazoyma, which is a tolda. The idea is that each one is then going to then make it so that one can be matzmiach a certain either plant or tree. Ask the Gemara, my kamash malon, what is this Tana coming to teach us? Ha kamashman ha'isem malachas harbe me'ein malacha achas eino chayiv ella achas. If a person does many of these malachos, he's only going to be chayiv once, because the principle is that for every av malacha, a person can be chayiv a separate korban chatos. But if it's the same av malacha, and if even it's the same, if it's different toldas within the same av malacha, you can only be chayiv one korban chatos. It has to be either two separate avos malachos, or an av and a separate tolda that's not considered to be a tolda of that av, or two different toldos that are not the tolda of the same av. Can one be chayiv more than one korban chatos? Says the Gemara, Amar B'Acha, Amar B'Chia Bar Ashi, Amar Ami, Zoymer Chayiv Mishum Noiteya. When a person prunes, he takes the superfluous branches out in order to then help the plant, the tree grow better. He's going to be Chayiv Noteya for planting. V'hanoteya v'hamavrich v'hamarkiv Chayiv Mishum Zoreya. One who plants, or one who is mavrich, like we say, takes the vines and then puts them into the ground to grow and take root. V'amarkiv, one who grafts, chayiv mishum zoreya, he's going to be chayiv for the malacha of zoreya, of sowing. Ask the Gemara, mishum zoreya I mishum noteya lo, for mavrich and markiv, he's going to be chayiv for sowing and not for planting. Says the Gemara, Eima af mishum zoreya. No, he's going to be chayiv for even zoreya, and therefore it's going to be only one, considered to be one korban chatos. Omar of Kahana, Rav Kahana says, Zoimer v'tzorich le'etzim. If a person prunes, again, he takes the superficial things that are from the tree or the plant, he takes those unnecessary branches out, and he does so because he needs the eitzim. He's going to be chayiv, says the Gemara, shtayim, twice, 2 different korbanos. Achas mishum koitzer v'achas mishum noteya. 1, because of the koitzer, he wants the branches, and 2, because he's also helping the tree grow better, and therefore he's going to be chayiv for noteya. Amar Rav Yosef, hayman de koto aspasto chayiv shtayim. If a person is going to then cut a plant called an aspatso, he's going to be chayiv shtayim. Here, this is a unique type of plant which is normally cut 3 times a month and grows very quickly. As a result of the cutting, it helps it to grow better. And here, he's going to be chayiv twice. Achas mishum koitzer, because he wants the plant in order to then feed animals with. But he also wants mishum noiteya, because he's helping the plant grow as a result of cutting it. Omar Abayi, hayman de koniv silka chayiv shtayim. Somebody who cuts beets is also going to be chayiv shtayim, because the cutting of beets also causes the beet plant to grow even better, and therefore he's going to be chayiv twice. Achas mishum koitzer v'achas mishum zoreya. 1 for harvesting, for cutting, and the other one in order to get the beets, and the other one for zoreya, for sowing the plant. The Mishnah, the Gemara goes on to list the second malacha that's listed in the Mishnah, v'hachoresh, the plowing. Tana, the Brisa says hachoresh, one who plows, v'hachoifer, one who digs, v'hachoretz, who makes trenches. Kulon malacha achas hein, they're all in the same malacha, which is causing the ground, the soil, to become softer in order to then receive seeds and be planted with. Omer Rav Sheishes, haisa loy gavshushis v'notla. If a person has a small mound of dirt, and he takes that mound of dirt off, if it depends where it is, babayis chayiv mishum boina. If it's in the house, he's going to be chayiv for a malach of boina, of building. Besada chayiv mishum choresh. If it's in the field, he's going to be chayiv for plowing. So it's the same exact malacha that he's doing in terms of the same action, rather, but the malacha is a different malacha depending on where he is, if he's in the house or whether he's in the field. Omar Rava Haisa loy guma v'tamma. In a corollary, if he has a hole that he wants to fill up with dirt, so it depends again where he is. Bebayis chayim mishum boina, besada mishum choresh. If it's in the house, so he's going to be chayiv for boina, by filling up that hole. If he's in the field, by filling up the hole, be chayiv for charisha. Omar Rabbi Abba hachoifer guma b'Shabbos. Rabbi Abba says a person who digs a hole on Shabbos, ve'eno tzorich el la'ofra, he doesn't need the hole, he just needs the dirt. Says Rabbi Abba, potter aleh, he's going to be potter. And he adds, afilu l'Rebbe Yehuda, domer malacha she'en tzricha legufa, chayiv aleh, hanimili mesakin, mekalkelhu. This is also true according to Rabbi Yehuda. There's a machlokes between Rabbi Yehuda and Rabbi Shimon in regard to malacha she'en tzricha legufa. If, let's say, there's a mace in the house and they want to remove the mace to put it outside, they're not looking to then carry the mace from one place to another place because the mace needs to be put somewhere else. They just don't want that there should be the mace in the house, perhaps because of the stench or whatever. So therefore they remove the mace from the house. That is a malacha she'en tzricha legufa. According to Rabbi Yehuda, still he'll be chayiv, because there is still a tikkun involved. But over here, it's explained because over here he doesn't have any tikkun whatsoever. he just needs the ofar. He's making a hole for the ofar. Even Rabbi Yehuda would agree over here that he would be chayiv because it's a kilkul. Sorry, he'll be potter because it's a kilkul. And therefore, everybody agrees that here, this scenario of a malacha she'ein tzricha legufa lekalkel is going to be potter. Ve'hakoitzer, the next malacha listed in the Mishnah is one who reaps. Tana, it says hakoitzer, reaping. Haboitzer, one who also reaps, but here we're talking about from a grapevine. Ve'hagoider, and one who does the same thing, he reaps, but here we're talking about from tamarim, dates. V'hamesik, and one who reaps olives. V'ha'oira, one who reaps te'enim, figs. Kulam malacha achas, they're the same malacha, but they're just different types of fruits. Omra papa hayman deshoda pisa ledikla. If a person throws a mound of dirt to a dekel tree that has dates on it, v'osar tamre chayiv shtayim, and he detaches the dates as a result of throwing that mound, that glob of dirt, he's going to chayiv two different chatos. Achas mishum toilish, ve'achas mishum mefarik. One because he detached the tamarim from the tree, and secondly because he removed the tamar from the class, from the encasement. Rav Ashi said, Ein derech tlisha bekach ve'ein derech prika bekach. He's not going to be chayiv over here because this is not the derech. It's kol achar yad, and therefore he'll be poter aval oser midirabanan. But he's not going to be chayiv a korban chatas for either one because this is not the derech to then remove the tmarim and also not to then mefarik. V'hama'amer is the next malacha. Listen to our mission. We said you're gathering together from the field, let's say wheat or barley, whatever it is, and making it into bundles. Omar Rava Hayman de Konif Milcha Mimilchasa Chay Mishum Ma'amer. If a person gathers together salt from the areas where the salt gathers together in, let's say a person digs a trench by the sea, whereby the hot sun beats on the sea water, causing the salt to emerge and to remain there, and a buildup of the salt, and therefore he gathers salt in that way. He says over here, Rava, you're chayav for ma'amer. Abai argues, Abai Amar, ein imor ela begidule karka. Since salt doesn't grow from the ground, he's not going to be chayav for ma'amer. And therefore, this is not the malacha that is discussed here in our Mishnah. Vehadosh, the next malacha is threshing. Tano, hadosh, the Brisa says hadosh, one who threshes. Vamenapet, one who beats out the flax. Vamenapet, and one who beats out the seeds from the cotton. Kulo malacha achas, and they're all the same malacha of disha, of threshing.